And last night, the New England Patriots made a couple of moves. One that was teased and previewed by Adam Schefter in his podcast yesterday. We played that clip for you with Mike Reese in the noontime hour. Adam Schefter, per usual, locked in ahead of the story, saying he would bet that Kyle Duggar was no longer a Patriot by the time we got to the NFL trade deadline. We didn't even get to sundown before Kyle Duggar, I think, was moved last night by the New England Patriots. He was traded, as was Keion White. They are both gone. They have both been removed from the equation. And in my opinion, this was about that thing and not anything else. This was about removing two players from the roster, from the mix, from the team. And I know a lot of people will talk about the ability to free up money to Kyle Duggar, despite the Patriots still eating most of the money for this year.
It's called dead weight.
This to me is about culture. This to me is about moving on from players that were part of the previous teams and are not producing for this team in 2025. They shipped him out and said, you know what? You're not really playing all that well. We don't need you. We're going to get somebody else in here. We're going to give somebody else a shot to do your jobs.
So you acquired 2 6-round picks, which nobody really cares about right now.
This is a dump.
This is dead weight, man. They're looking at the books and they're tired of paying Kyle what they were paying him for the return that they gave him. And I know this for a fact. They tried with Keion White. The head coach tried with Keion White. I saw the head coach single-handedly work with Keion White during training camp at practices, trying to teach him moves, trying to get him going because he does have power. He did have an edge. He's got that anger. He's got part of what you need to play the position, and it just never came around for him. And time ran out on him. The clock ran out. You're getting nothing in return. You got guys like Chazon playing his ass off. Landry getting nicked up. Guys like Tonga starting to come on now. It's things like that make these guys expendable. They're expendable. That's what they are. They were dead weight. And the train's moving, and they got the stuff that's dragging the train off. Dumped it. That's a dump. It's not about acquiring 6-round picks. This is a dump. And there's a lot of hope with Kyle. He's one of those top-tier safeties of the second tier, if you know what I'm saying. He wasn't a top-tier safety, but he was one of the bigger safeties of the second tier. And I think he was paid accordingly at that time for the production that he was giving you. And then he got nicked up, and he just hasn't been the same player. He's lost the step. He's lost the pow. He was a big hitter in the early days. And sent him to Pittsburgh. Them just sending him to Pittsburgh, too. They have no fear. They have no fear of, him coming back to bite them at some point if they have to face Pittsburgh again.
I would just like to point out for a moment, yes, this is a dump, but also Patriots fans, some of them, not all of them, can you be a little bit more realistic about what players are worth in trades when you start calling us saying, why don't you package Keion White for something?
Yeah.
The Patriots.
Do you understand how many times they tried to trade Kyle Duggar?
They traded Keion White and a 7th to get a 6th. What was the cost for Keion White? Swapping 6th and 7th round picks. That is to say, almost nothing. He was worth almost nothing in a trade. They've been working to move these players. They finally get a bidder on Keion White, and that's what he's worth. Okay, so just remember that next time.
So it wasn't going to be a player for player.
No. When there's a draft pick from a couple of seasons ago who's not panning out here, that you don't think he's worth a 3rd or a 4th round pick, okay? Just put that in the memory bank for next time.
So
because we took at least a dozen crazy calls about trades related to Duggar and Keion White.
Kyle Duggar and a 2 for A.J. Brown. That's not going to happen, right?
Well, 2 was a little steep.
Well, I mean, you're getting
these
Kyle
guys
Duggar
weren't
with
worth
the 2.
anything. They weren't worth anything, and the team doesn't even want them. Mike Vrabel didn't even want these guys. He's like, get them out of here. I don't want Keion White. And I want nothing to do with him. Get with the program or get lost. That's what he's saying. And so these guys didn't. I think in Duggar's case, he has not bounced back from the injury, as you mentioned, so he doesn't play at the same level he used to. And they ship him out. Now, the good news is the contract is apparently toast after this season now.
Right.
The out
is
being exercised. So they're out from under the Keion White deal. The Kyle Duggar deal.
Yeah, they cleared the books.
That thing's over and done with. They're going to pay him out for the rest of the year, and it's over. most of this $9.75 million that he was getting paid this year. Yeah, good money if you can get it. But it's done. It's over. And I don't think it was about freeing up resources to be able to pay someone they acquire at the deadline. They got $60 million in cap space. It's not about that. It's about getting rid of the players. They didn't want them. They're not on Mike Vrabel's program.
Imagine what
That's a sign of a good team.
Imagine a guy that's a former starter that is one of your technical team leaders that guys look up to. All of a sudden gets relegated to being your third or fourth safety. I don't think he's going to keep his mouth shut at times. You know what I mean? So you got to worry about that, I think. If you're trying to create culture like you're talking about, clearing the decks, so to speak, establishing a new culture, and you can't have him around dragging people down. Because I'm sure he's disgruntled.
Can you imagine how bad the leadership was on this team a year ago?
Oh, disaster.
It is such an indictment of the guys who were on this roster last year. No disrespect, David Andrews.
I don't even lump him in, though.
He was hurt
most of the year.
He was hurt, so I don't really put him in that. But they shipped out every captain on this team. They couldn't wait to get rid of them. And look at the last year's team and how they played on a week-to-week basis to where they are now.
Well, we'll miss having him for the Wednesday interview.
Oh, yeah. Boy.
He may have been up there for like the all-timer on that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Keion White thing, though, doesn't what they're looking for at the deadline tell you how far he has fallen in terms of like their belief in the player?
Well,
they want pass rusher.
Their belief? Whose belief?
Bills.
Not Mike Vrabel's belief.
Bill.
Not Ryan Cowden's belief.
Right.
No.
That's a Bill pick.
No. I believe Elliot Wolf was in the building when they drafted Keion White. Does anyone want to check that?
Bill liked him a lot.
Check the titles?
Yep.
Anyone want to check on that? I believe it was Elliot Wolf who signed Kyle Duggar to the extension. Was it? Was that Elliot Wolf? Can we do the research on that quick? Can we do a quick check of that? Was Elliot Wolf the guy who signed Keion? Excuse me. I'm going to keep flip-flopping these names today because I'm a dope. Kyle Duggar.
Giardi has a list of the extensions right now.
Oh, does he?
That's it.
I love that.
2024 big extensions.
Is this going to delight me?
Yes, it is. Yeah. This is right up your alley.
Yeah.
It was Kyle Duggar. It was Jabril Peppers, 2 years,
he
$24
worked
million,
out.
released.
He's really good.
Devon Godshall.
Oh, okay. Where's he now?
He's in New Orleans. Yeah.
Okay.
Just played him, I was going to say.
Good name for New Orleans.
Kendrick Bourne, 3 years, $19.5 million.
Does he play here anymore?
He does not. No.
He does play with a Patriots quarterback.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is that it?
There's David Andrews. We don't count that one.
How much did he get?
2 years, $12 million.
Good for him. Glad he did. He got hosed on a deal by Bill. I don't want to bring that up when he's in here, but I think he was worth more money.
Yeah.
I think he was.
Yeah, they backdoor Ted Karras his ass.
I feel like he deserved bigger money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it at the time. I have to stand by that. I still believe it to this day.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle, he is. And I feel he was underpaid by his team.
It starts with you.
You know me, big fan. He knows it. Wow, what a hell of a list that is. Imagine that. Here's what I am loving, though. Mike Vrabel's presence here means nobody is safe.
Right.
Nobody is safe from the previous teams. If he doesn't think you're valuable, you do get cut.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that you were drafted with a higher pick or when you're... Nah, it doesn't matter. You're not safe. Get out. Polk, Baker, get out. Kyle Duggar, get out. Keion White, bye-bye. All the guys that they have eliminated from the equation here. Doesn't matter who they are, what their salary is. If you suck, you're gone. If you don't get on board, we're going to throw you overboard. See ya. That's what it means. A new time here. We have some more on this because now it's a matter of they've already they've started to sell. Does that automatically mean they're buying?
That better.
I better mean that. I think it means they're going to be a little bit active is what it means. Hey, coming up at 11:30, we got a chance for you to win tickets to this weekend's game at Gillette Stadium, Patriots Falcons. You got a chance to win at both 11:36 and 1:36 today. 2 shots to win those tickets. And so we've got that coming up today. We've got a lot more to get to on the Patriots because they were busy yesterday. They not only made 2 trades and got rid of some of that dead weight, they were locking up guys who have been key, meaningful contributors to this team. Marcus Jones got his extension. We've got contract terms on that and more on what the Patriots will be doing at the deadline. It's an exciting time for these New England Patriots. That is for sure. What do you make of what Breer says there? I see the look on Tim McCone's face. It's a look of some sort of disgust.
Can you imagine if they passed on Gonzalez and went with Keion White in the first round? You didn't have many building blocks to walk into to begin with, but if Gonzalez isn't on this roster right now and you were just rolling with Keion White as a first-round pick?
I remember doing all access day one at camp. That was Keon's rookie year. And I go down there and I'm waiting for Bill, and he comes walking by and I go, Jesus Christ. I go, he looks like a seven-year guy, Bill. He looks like old looking, he goes, yep. Mm-hmm. Just a rookie. But he had the whole look, man.
Oh, he does. He does, yeah.
And then you watch the tape, he's violent. He's dirty, a little bit dirty, I think. He's got that edge. And I just thought they thought they could hone it and develop it, and he would be a nasty edge guy for him. It just never came to be.
Yeah, it didn't come to be. And wow, if they had done that and taken Keion White, who was a second-round pick, good Lord, another wasted pick by the Patriots.
Another second-round bust.
Another wasted pick under the watchful eye of Elliott Wolf. Christian Gonzalez goes first. Thank you. And if Christian Gonzalez is not taken in that first round, right now, the guy who signed yesterday, is Marcus Jones taking a discount? Is Marcus Jones taking, you know what? I don't want to call it a discount. It's a fair deal. He did not get overpaid. If he's the corner on this team that doesn't have Christian Gonzalez on it, let's say, Marcus Jones is like, nah, I'll play this out because you guys are desperate.
Yeah.
Instead, he knows what the corner situation is right now, which is Gonzalez being
better fitted for the
stud.
Nickel. Yeah. He's better fitted for the nickel because of the size.
No, but it's not about where you're. It's
right.
about what level of talent you have in your defensive backfield. We just saw, again. So imagine a situation where White goes in the first round. They don't draft Gonzalez. Insane. And then on top of it, Kyle Duggar turns out to be what Kyle Duggar just is. They just let him exit stage left. Okay, which means you just lost a safety, and you don't have Gonzalez in this scenario. Where does that leave, if your only talented guy back there that you've drafted? It would be Marcus Jones. That's who it would be. He'd be crushing it today.
I remember talking to
you guys got nobody.
The Williams kid that left. It was Brett Williams, who I played with. This kid was like one of the front scouts here, and he left this year to go because there was no upside for him to go. Once Cowden and Company got brought in, he went to, I think, Denver.
Yeah.
But it was him on a layover trip that got canceled where he had to spend the extra day in Oregon. And he got to spend some time with Christian and scout him and watch him. And that's kind of where he was the one that really fell in love with him. And they started doing the digging on Gonzalez back then. So it's funny how stuff comes to be,
Which, if that's what it took for them to be aware of Christian Gonzalez,
they knew of him.
It's a sad indictment of the Patriots because Christian Gonzalez was super high on everybody's boards.
It was super high on everybody's board. The story with the Steelers, remember, they want to know why you transferred. Just to be with this coach, not to play at a higher level. Steelers took him off his board. So
it took a member of the front office having to beg Bill to not take Keion White in the first round. Don't take Keion White in the first round.
I 100% believe that story, by the way. Based
one?
on him trying to take Keion White in the first round.
Yeah.
Based on his draft history, he falls in love with guys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Duggar, Lenore Ryan.
3 years
Second
and
round.
$36 million for Marcus Jones.
It's right on target.
Marcus Jones only turned 27 last week, so he's still got good prime years ahead of him. Mm-hmm. He was a third-round pick back in 2022. And being the slot corner that he is on this team, he's done a really good job at it. He's having, I think, his best season ever at this point. He's played a ton. He's there
a heady player,
almost all the time. He's got a couple of picks already.
Yep.
He's having a tremendous year. He's a great special teams player. This is a no-brainer. This contract is a no-brainer for that player.
Yep.
$12 million for 3 years for that player, given all that he's brought to this team. Carlton Davis makes $20 million a year. Who's more valuable to this team in 2025? It's Marcus Jones, and it's not close. He's already won that race.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Davis once they have to pay Gonzalez.
Yeah, might have to get out from under that deal,
you're going to be talking about, Davis making 20, 25, Gonzalez making 35, and Marcus making 15.
That's a lot in the secondary, yeah.
It's a lot in your secondary, in your corner, just in your corner room. Yeah. They'll restructure that.
I don't know what the outs are in that deal. I have to pay more attention to it. But
On what, Davis's?
on Carlton
I
Davis's
don't think it's
deal.
that long anyway.
We'll see.
we're
We'll get
near-
to the bottom
yeah.
of that, but that's going to become problematic. Yeah. Mike is in Milton. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to get your take with the private equity money that Kraft recently took in from 6th Street, if that would impact the urgency from their point of view when it comes to the trade deadline and getting high-end players like Hendrickson.
It's interesting. I mean, I think that's more of like a long-term question as it relates to re-signing guys like Gonzalez, like Drake
Quarterback.
May. The quarterback is a big part of that. He's not even close to being able to be eligible for it yet. But with that said, I don't know that is related to the trade deadline because, let's be honest, this team is not spending at the moment up to what they could be or will be in the coming years. Just as an NFL team, forget being an NFL team that goes above and beyond in their spending. They're not there. So their capability to spend existed without any private equity influx of cash. They could spend more right now. They could do it. And if the opportunity presents itself, I think they will. I think they're smart enough to know that the NFL this year smells stinky. And they could strike while the iron is hot, and they could take advantage of the great year that they are having and be in it and be potentially playing in an AFC title game as one of the final 4 teams left in this league in 2025. That is on the table for them. But they've got to add a little bit at this deadline, I think, to give them the best chance to do that. And I'm not saying someone like a Trey Hendrickson either.
No, they're going to add depth
Right?
pieces. It's going to be stuff to add depth.
Why does it have to be depth, though? Couldn't it be starter level
Yeah,
talent?
it could be.
All right, so
Could
let's
be
not
guys,
just
could be guys brought in, but I'm just telling you, everybody's expecting A.J. Brown, Hendrickson, like you mentioned. It's not going to be.
Well, let's not
that
call it depth,
magnitude.
though. Let's say you need to acquire starting level talent.
Okay.
Let's not call it depth. Let's say, yeah, you're not going to get the big headline splashy A.J. Brown.
So you get a running back that gets legitimate reps.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Like you bring
That's
in split time with Ramondre.
tremendous.
At one spot, yeah.
What if you get an edge player that's playing 50% of the snaps?
Take
And
that
it's
too.
not Trey Hendrickson, right?
Right.
What if it's a situational player defensively? Yeah, we got a guy who's going to be great on third down. Awesome. Love it. Things like that. That's starting level players that I want to hold them to that standard.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. And you can't draft for bleep. So
Can't draft for bleep. And
I
you have,
start moving that board for crying out loud.
you have 10 picks now in the 26 draft. 10 picks, all in the first 6 rounds. So you have ammunition to go up there and get something and go out and get an impact player.
And Diana Rossini indicates that they are going to be active going into the deadline. That they're not done, as she put it. They're going to be busy. And the way she put it in one tweet, the Patriots are pushing forward atop the AFC East. Pushing forward. Also adding, the Patriots aren't done yet. It's expected around the league and for them to be sellers and buyers before November 4th. The countdown is on, man. Countdown is on. Pats are active.
Hey, that's next week, man.
Buying at the deadline,
Yeah, it's
man.
Tuesday.
That's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the deadline. That is next week.
Halloween's Friday night. Yep.
Tuesday's the deadline.
Yep.
And they're moving and shaking already. Thrilling. Keith is in the truck. Hey, Keith, what's up?
Just you guys are just talking about Gonzalez, and if you remember that draft, they kind of fell into them. I don't even give Belichick any credit because he was considered the best. He was considered the best cornerback.
Yep.
Yeah, he's supposed to go top 10. Yeah.
Witherspoon went ahead of him, and then they traded back, and the Redskins drafted the kid Forbes, who was a cornerback. So if they drafted the right kid at that point, Gonzalez isn't even here right now. So it's been a disaster for a decade with that drafting, and especially the early round, the first round, second round, third round guys. So it's time for a new regime. I mean, it's great that there's a new regime change, and I hope they do better going forward because I think for a long time success, you need to be good at drafting. That's all. We'll see.
All right, Keith. Appreciate it. Was there a trade back in that draft, right?
I can't remember
before-
that.
I think it was.
I
wasn't
remember criticizing being like, why don't you just take the effing player you were going to draft and not screw around with the board and not risk another team getting your guy?
As I do remember,
I always
why
criticize
didn't you take Gonzalez there? They actually traded back and he was still there.
Yeah, they still got him,
okay.
which was great. But I hate when teams do that. But they
went from 14 and then swapped first-round picks with Pittsburgh, getting a fourth-round pick from the Steelers, and dropped back to 17.
Was that when Pittsburgh took Broderick Jones, the tackle?
I think so.
Because they were playing a game with the Jets there. That was Bill playing a game to avoid him going to the Jets. They gave Pittsburgh the tackle. They talked about it, and they knew that's right. Then they knew they were going to take.
They took Broderick Jones. Good call, though.
I'm sorry. So which pick did they get?
I'm looking that up right now. That was 120 in the draft. They didn't end up using it. Looks like
they ended up. It looks like did they trade up to get City So at 117? Is that what they did? Well, let's see. Their fourth round picks that year were Jake Andrews, Chad Ryland, and City So. So thank God they risked losing a guy like Christian Gonzalez to dick around and move around 2 spots or 3 spots. And then he ended up still being there. So good for you. But no. Please keep acquiring all those late, the mid round picks, the 4th rounders. It's really great. I really love those picks. Ellie Wolf's awesome.
It was the Chad Ryland pick.
Chad Ryland.
It was the Chad Ryland
They
pick.
nailed
there
that.
you go. Yeah.
Good
Foundational
job.
piece.
No, I'm thrilled for them. Thrilled. Good job, Bill. Good job. Good job, Macro. Love those guys. They do a great job. Yeah. Good extensions, smart extensions, good drafts, all of it. Front office crushing it. That's why the roster is so stacked right now. I know for a fact if they had that number 1 pick, they wouldn't have taken Drake May. They wouldn't have. No credit for Drake May either, guys. All right, I don't want to rip the team anymore. The team's too good right now. We're having too much fun with this. I don't want to do it.
That's nice of you.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy.